You know, it's good to ask questions. It's good to question everything. It's good to question everything. Nah. It's good to question everything. I'm gonna give y'all an example about what I'm talking about, right? Peace and love to all the Moors, the Muslims, all the Asiatics. It's good to question everything. Case in point. You see this flag that I'm repping right now? This is the flag of Mexico. See this? I want y'all to look at this. Look. I want y'all to look at this, if you can see it. If y'all can see this is what I'm saying. It's good to question everything. Love, peace. Check this out. It's good to question everything. Now watch this. You see this eagle right here? Shout out to all the Mexicans. The reason why I'm showing y'all this, and I'm saying this to you, is because the truth is hidden in plain sight. This eagle that's right here, if you look, watch this. If you look at the Mexican flag and you look at the flag of Illinois, this same eagle that's right here is the same exact eagle that's on the flag of Mexico and the state flag of Illinois. Listen. So that will bring in mind, like, the question will be from that is, how can the state flag of Illinois be the same damn near identical flag as the flag of Mexico? But they say that Mexico, from preschool to high school to college, they tell us that Mexico is another country. So this is why questioning everything is a good thing. How could the state flag of Illinois be identical to the flag of Mexico with the eagle that's right here? I don't want you to take my word on this. I want you to look it up. The same eagle that's on the flag of Mexico is on the same flag of the state flag of Illinois. Let's go a little further. Asking questions is a good thing. So let's flip it to this then. The flag of Colombia, the national flag of Colombia, you will find out that just like the flag of El Salvador, Nicaragua, Haiti, those four flags, they all have the Moorish fez on their flag. Some might say, that's not a Moorish flag. That's a cap. Yeah, you're right. But you're wrong at the same time, because that is known as a liberty cap. And that liberty cap is in a resemblance of a Moorish fez, which is ancient and modern. If you pick up the book, Henry Campbell's Black's Law Dictionary, you go to the definition. Listen, go to the definition of the word land. Shit gonna blow your mind. When you read that definition of the word land, this is why questioning is good. So a lot of people ask this question. Well, whose land does this land really belong to? Great question. Go to Henry Campbell's Black's Law 4th edition dictionary. Look up the definition of land. You will see that the definition of land has the word Moors in that definition. And in that definition, how do you have a national name of a people who have a nationality in the same definition of land? Questioning things is a good thing. You just got to know how to ask the right questions. You have to know what questions to ask. Speaking of asking questions, question this right here. There's people out here in North Carolina, all over there in the Carolinas, they just took on what people that use critical thinking would say a weather modified event. right? An entire weather modification event has happened in towns and cities in North Carolina and all the places over there in the Carolinas and the East Coast, right? Weather modifications. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Over there, I just seen the clip. Kamala, she said she gonna send out $750 for certain people that can qualify to get aid and assistance. This is why you question everything. So the people over there who have suffered, you got towns over there right now that are underwater. They're uninhabitable right now. This ain't like some kind of dystopia movie right now. This shit is really on right now. It's happening right now in front of people's eyeballs. That's why you question everything. But this same person just granted Israel billions of dollars. But the people that's living in the Americas, they have to qualify for aid and assistance. And you talking about only giving them $758? You see? Let me show y'all something real quick. Peace and love to all y'all critical thinkers out there. All y'all critical thinkers. Watch this. Watch this. Oh yeah, happy holy day. Shout out my twin flame too. I love you. Look at this. Let me show y'all this. This right here, exactly, more, just like Hawaii. Just like Hawaii. So you had something go down, just happened the other day with North Carolina, the East Coast, with Hurricane Helen. You had an event go down out there in the Hawaii territory with the islands out there. Weather modification, right? Check this out. What is gaslighting? Because you see a lot of people, they love throwing this term gaslighting out. But if upon examination, do they really know what the damn definition mean? So let's look at it together. I wrote this down, so let's look at it together, right? Because it's always each one teach one. Gaslighting is a form of psychological abuse or manipulation in which the abuser attempts to sow self-doubt and confusion in their victim's mind. Now think about this and think about what I just mentioned about the Mexican flag, the Illinois state flag, all right? The $758 little dollars that Kamala and these people out here talking about, they offering people in North Carolina. Listen, talking about gaslighting now. Typically, gaslighters, hold up, Wendy out here in the rack. Typically, gaslighters are seeking to gain power and control the other person by distorting reality and forcing them to question their own judgment and intuition. We're talking about gaslighting, okay? Abuse, psychological abuse, and manipulation, okay? Now, why do they do this? Why do they do this? Why do people that they use gaslighting and psychological abuse and manipulation, why do they do it? Why do they do it? On God, more. You see what it is, that definition of land. Land has the name Moor in it. Moors. Put it together. Now look at this. Gaslighting is a gradual psychological process. What you would say, the goals of a gaslighter is to emotionally frazzle you. That means get you off your shit. Have you start questioning yourself, doubting yourself. A gaslighter's goals are to make you lose confidence and self-esteem. A gaslighter's abuse manipulation tactics, their goal is to make you become dependent on the abuser. That is the goals. Those are just some of the goals of a gaslighter. Somebody who wants to psychologically abuse you. They want you to be dependent on the narrative that they're telling you. They want you to stop questioning yourself and stop questioning them. So they will gaslight you, and they will put a narrative inside your mind to make you think that they're telling you something that you should listen to and stop questioning them. It's a psychological warfare tactic. These psychological tactics of gaslighting and mental manipulation, these people that we look at as the saviors and the politicians and the people that's supposed to come and tell us, these black educators, these are the people who are masters at psychological manipulation. These people camouflage their gaslighting tactics because they have the skin complexion. Because they know from preschool to high school to college through your whole life. They know. They study the psyche of man and woman and child. These people are not dummies. ¿Qué pasó, man? These people, they know that we are psychological people. We are mentally, everything is mental. So when you studying it and you see like, okay, look, they keep giving me these same narratives. They keep telling me that, well, this is what y'all should be looking at. And if you're not looking at this narrative, then something's wrong with you. They study. These people are dark magicians. And they know from pre-K to high school to college that people go off images. All right? They go off what they see, not necessarily what they know. They go off what they believe in and what they see and what they've been told. Don't ask too many questions. Just go with the flow. Everybody's saying it, so it must be true. They got 10, 30, 50 million followers, so it must be real. Right? Wrong. These people are puppets. They getting pulled by puppet masters. They just the puppets. The puppet masters are the people that's behind the cloth, behind the curtain. They the ones who are really controlling the puppets in front of us. See, once you know how to look at the puppets by asking them questions, like this question right here. When they telling you, you need to go out there and you need to go out there and vote. Get out there and rock the vote. Your question should be this right here. To the puppet that's in front of you. And keep in mind, the puppet master is controlling the puppet strings. So the puppet master tells the puppets to come in front of you, us, on social media, on television, in books. And they say this right here. They say, you need to go out there and vote. Your question to the puppet should be, when they tell you, you need to get out there and vote for the democracy. Your first question to the puppet should be, the word democracy is not mentioned in the Constitution one time. So, what are you talking about? That should be your first indication and your first question to the puppets. So if the word democracy ain't in the Constitution, you should ask this puppet this question. The founding fathers did not place democracy in the Constitution because democracy is anti-government. It's anti-republic. Democracy means mob rule. It's not we the people. Democracy is anti-we the people. You get it? Questions are good. You just got to know to ask the right questions to the puppets. Because once you start asking the right questions to the puppets, now they don't have control over you. They cannot gaslight you. They could try. They could try all day. But they can't get away with it though. Because now you're starting to ask the right questions. You feel me? Speaking of questions, right? Another question that doesn't get asked by our people, because from pre-K to high school to college to PhD level, they keep people in a tunnel. And they say, look, don't talk about, get the people not to question what government is. Get we the people not to question what a crime is. Just think about that. If you don't know what a government is, how a government functions, what law is, what a crime is, they could charge you and tell you anything. And that's what the puppet's job put in front of us is to do, to get us to be distracted and not think about asking these type of questions. What is a crime? Do you know what a crime is? See? You ever just thought about that? Like, these people tell us that you committed a crime, but what is a crime? See? Then they'll say, well, a crime is when you break the law. This is what the puppets say. A crime is when you break the law. Okay, what is the law? These are the questions that you ask these puppets. Or it might be somebody that you might talk to. You might be around people and the conversation might come up. Because the reason, I'm going to tell y'all this. The reason why they say, don't talk about religion, don't talk about government. These are the two subjects that our people are the weakest in. Our people are not strong in subjects of government, law, civics. Our people are weak by design. They've designed us to be weak and anorexic in these subjects. When you talk about religion, this is why they say don't talk about religion and government, because if people are not aware of these subject matters, you're going to get told anything and then you're going to go with it. All right. Case in point like this. If there's no victim, then there's no crime. Point blank period. It's called in law corpus delicti. So if there's no victim on the scene, somebody got injured, there is no crime. So think about all the people who got locked up for cannabis possession. I want you to think about everybody who they say you got locked up for child abuse. Well, not child abuse because that's an injured party, but you got locked up for child support. You got locked up for child support. Child support? Child support is not an abuse. It's not a crime. Because child support is not in the Constitution. Yo. Listen, man. We dropping these keys on you to ask these questions when you in front of these puppets that's telling you. Whether they the blue and whites, whether they the dicks, whether they the so-called magistrates that's sitting up there with these black robes on. Ask these questions. Do the research. Everything that these puppets tell us is a fraud. The word democracy ain't in the Constitution. Democratic and Republic Party is not in the Constitution. When you say the Pledge of Allegiance, think about it now. Go back to when you said as a child, and you said the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag, United States of America, and to the Republic for which it stands. Question, did you just hear the word democracy in anything that I just said? No, sir. It's not in there. It's not in there. So not only are they unconstitutionally locking our people up left and right, putting bogus charges on them, because in order for that to be a crime, there has to be an injured party. There's no injured party when you say, oh, you had cannabis possession. It's no crime for that. That's not a crime. Think about this. They trying to implement jaywalking tickets. Think about this now. When you in your car, right? You driving and shit, and they tell you, oh, they send you a ticket in the mail. with your straw man, all capital name on that piece of paper, and said, oh, you were going 50 in the 35 zone. Think about it. Ask the questions. Is that a crime? Think about it. Start thinking. It's not a crime. So just think about how much bogus ass bread that these corporations, because the USA is not America. This is another thing. The USA is not the organic land America. Remember, America is the organic land. The organic land has your name inside of the definition. Henry Campbell, Black's Law Dictionary, 4th edition. Moors is in the definition of land. So when the politicians and the puppets say, this is the USA. The USA does not stand for what you think it stands for. This is why you got to start asking the right questions and doing the research, so you could be on your P's and Q's and you ready. The United States of America is a unum sanctum alliance. It's a corporation between the USA, private commercial, foreign for-profit human trafficking corporation, London, the city of London, and the Vatican. That's the USA. One more time. The USA is Washington, D.C., the 10 square mile radius. That's the USA. The city of London and the Vatican. That is the Unum Sanctum Alliance. They work together. There's 3 of them. Now you know. So you got to start asking these questions like, wait a minute. If the USA is only Washington, D.C.'s 10-mile square, then what the hell is the rest of the land? Ding, 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 ding. Now you asking the right questions. Now you asking the right questions. You get it? The rest of the land is the Americas, the organic land of the Moors. Not black people, not African Americans, not persons of color, not white people, brown people, Pan-African people, Indian people. All of those are terms that belong to the USA. Foreign private for-profit human trafficking corporation. Now you know now. Now you can look at things in a clearer sight. Now you got insight, foresight, and now you got hindsight to go back. And all of those terms that I just mentioned are all black code, Christian black code, color of law. See, the so-called black people, they don't get this because of the training from pre-K to high school to college. You think that you've been getting education. You've really been getting brainwashing your entire life. And for some people, that's a harsh reality to accept. I had to come to grips with that because I swore I was educated. I swore I was going to school. I was getting the education from the teachers in the school, and I was doing what I was supposed to do and learning what I was supposed to do. When reality hit me, though, that I was being bamboozled that entire time, getting brainwashed, I was being indoctrinated, being fucking bong. Indoctrination is not the same thing as erudition. Erudition is when you're receiving light, knowledge, wisdom, understanding. That's erudition. You're receiving different degrees of knowledge. That's erudition. When you getting indoctrinated, they just telling you anything just to pacify your mind, to keep the natives from becoming restless. You understand? So like the video I just dropped, that's like a nuke right now on social media everywhere. I'm pretty much breaking it down how the Christian black codes are a real thing. And our people are totally unaware. I say about 90% of our people are totally unaware of what I'm talking about, unless they study in law, civics, and history. Look, we don't understand because we've never been taught contract law. Contract law works just like this. This is why you got to ask the questions. What is contract law? Why is contract law so important? Our people don't understand. Contract law work like this. There's two archetypes of contracts that operate at all times. Don't forget this. There are oral contracts. Pay attention. There are oral contracts and there are written contracts. Oral contracts, you say the contract out loud. So it's an agreement that you have with another party. So you're making an oral contract with that person. It's invisible because it's verbal. You don't see words, just like you don't see the wind. But the wind has an effect. You understand? So it's an oral contract. All right? The words that come out your mouth, because you are a god, you are a goddess having a spiritual human experience in real time. So you make the contract real once you say the words out your mouth. That's an oral contract. Whether you say, I don't believe that, it doesn't matter what you believe. It doesn't matter what I believe. This is just universal law. Again, two archetypes of contracts in contract law: oral contract and a written contract. Obviously, you know the written contract, but do you know that in order to have a valid written contract, that there are protocols that are inside that make that contract legit? If the protocols are not met with that contract, the contract is null and void from ab initio. This is how the trick has been going to confuse our people, to get us to be putting ourselves in binding contracts orally first. Because first was the word, was it not? First was the word, and the word was God. See that? So since the word is God and you are a representation in the flesh of the creator, Allah, having this experience, you are God in the flesh. You are a God in the flesh. You're not the creator. None of us are the creator. We are an extension of the creator, Allah, having this human experience. Each of us are having a human experience connected to Allah. But you got to understand contract law. When you say that you are a black person, listen very carefully. Contract law, asking questions. So the question would be, when you hear Moore say, you shouldn't identify yourself as a black person or a person of color. Okay, you hear Moore say that. If you're unfamiliar with the science and law, you will hear Moore say, I don't call myself black. The question should be, why don't you call yourself black? The answer, because black was given to slaves. Negro, black, and colored are slave brands that were put on Moorish people to get them to be enslaved in the mind. Mental slavery is the worst slavery because you can't see that you're in bondage. You can't see the chain on you. You just thinking like, I ain't got no chain on me. I ain't got no chains on my feet. I ain't got no chains on my arms. I ain't got no chains on my neck. So I'm free. That's why it's a camouflage form of slavery. You don't realize that you're putting yourself in the chokehold. You don't realize you're putting yourself in an orange jumpsuit, even if you're not visibly wearing the orange jumpsuit. Shh. Damn. Yeah. That's crazy. Our people from pre-K to however old you is are not given these keys. Noble Drew Ali gave us these keys in the 1920s. This is why we give honors to the prophet Noble Drew Ali. So when you say that you are a black person, an Indian person, a Native American, a Pan-African, a person of color, you're putting yourself in an oral contract slave status. Pay attention. This is what our people keep missing. We've been designed and trained and designed to think like, no, that's just your opinion that you don't identify as a brown, black, or an Indian person. This is not opinion. This is law. This is divine law. All right. This is why nationality is the order of the day. Everybody on this planet has a nationality except the people who keep continuing to cast the black magic spell of black. Color person. These are the magical sorcery spells that our people are totally unaware of because of the conditioning, the brainwashing, the indoctrination. You thinking when you say that you're from a tribe, like Israelites, they think when they say they're Israelites that they're saying that that's a nationality, and they standing on something by saying that they're an Israelite. Fam, you've been bamboozled. You've been led astray. Israelites are a tribe of Moors who mixed and married back in the day, thousands of years ago. You're not a nationality by saying that you are an Israelite. That's a tribe of Moors. You're not standing on a nationality because you have no, in order for you to be a nation, you have to have protocols. You have to have things set in place for you to stand on that. This is another thing you got to question. These people, you got people out here talking about they're Pan-Africans, or they're saying that they're Israelites. The first question you need to ask these people is, in order for you to be a nation, you have to have a national flag. Just like this. See this? This is a national flag. Mexico is in America, North America. It has a national flag. See, this is the question part. This is why you got to start asking questions. Because you would say, damn, Mexico and Illinois, the state of Illinois flag, are similar flags. Damn near identical. That's another indication of you knowing that these are not just what you would say, the Americas doesn't have states. The Americas is made up of countries. So when you hear a politician say, we have to make America a great country again, they sending you off. They lying to you. Everything they telling you is cap. These states, so-called states in North America, they're not states. They're all countries. That's why each one of these so-called states have their own national flag. They all have a state flag. Keep in mind, you got to go further down the iceberg. All of the so-called states have flags, different flags. They have different constitutions. These are the indicators and the questions you got to start asking these puppets that's put in front of you, right? Okay, so back on the Israelites and the Pan-Africans. They don't have a national flag. That's number one. None of them do. The Nation of Islam does not have a national flag like this. They don't have one. Dominican Republic has a national flag. Cuba, Puerto Rico, national flags. All of those people are Tainos. You understand? So Trinidad, national flag. Tainos, Jamaica, national flag. But even Jamaica is not the original name of that land. The original name of that land is Jamaica with a Z. The hybrid Europeans that came in them lands, they couldn't pronounce Jamaica or Zamaka. They couldn't pronounce that. So they renamed it Jamaica. It's not Jamaica though. The colonizers came to Zamaka and they said, okay, well, we can't pronounce Zamaka. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna call y'all Jamaicans. That's not y'all name though. That's a corporation name. See, you got Moors on here right now from down in the Jamaica territory. They on here right now. So the Maroons that are down there, the reason why the Maroons are going through a lot of trouble that's down there, just like the so-called Hebrew Israelites, just like the Pan-Africans, you're all claiming names that delude to slavery. The names that you saying, they are Christian black code names. This is why they tell so-called African Americans that you need a license to carry a firearm. That's not in the Constitution though. The Second Amendment tell you that. You don't need a license to carry a firearm because the Constitution has never been changed. You got to start asking these. You going to start asking these questions to these puppets that keep running around on social media and telling you these lies? It's up to you though, Moors. It's up to you. The Maroons are Moors. The Pan-Africans are Moors. The Hebrew Israelites are Moors. Something else that you should question. When they say stuff like Arawak and Taino. Arawak and Taino, those are the Moors in the so-called Caribbeans. See? All of those are Moors though. If you look up, what is her name? If you look up the Moorish Empress that was down there in Puerto Rico, and Puerto Rico ain't even the real name of that land. It's not the real name. Ask an abuela or abuelo. What's the real name of this island that's over here? What's the real name? They're not going to tell you Puerto Rico. They're going to tell you Borikin, Boricua. That's what they're going to tell you. Boricua. They're not going to tell you that I'm talking about the elders over there. They're not going to tell you that they're Puerto Ricans. They're going to tell you that they Borikin. You see? Start asking the questions. When you start asking the questions, you're going to be like, damn, they didn't lie to us about everything. Everything. We all been lied to about everything. Then you would say, well, why you do this shit for, Kush? Why you do it for? It's not about me. It's about the upliftment of fallen humanity. Because together, we strong. Divided up, you see what the fuck going on. Once a people is divided, you could be conquered. They could conquer you. But once you come into the knowledge, then you got to apply that knowledge in real time. You got to exercise law. The port of riches is what they saw over there in Boricua. The islands, the Borikin Islands, is what they call the port of riches. Rich port. Boricua. Boudicans are no different than any other people. The so-called Dominicans, that's not your real name either. Fam, the rabbit hole the iceberg goes deep. The iceberg goes deep, Moors. The link up to put it all in a bow tie like a Christmas gift to you will be just like this. No doubt. You already know about Ayati. Tainos. Moors. Moorish Ayati or Moorish Haitians. So to put it all to you, to make it simplified, will be just like this. Out of everything that I'm saying to y'all right now, will be this. Question everything that these people tell you. Don't just take what they tell you and just say, oh, that must be what it is then. That gotta be what it is because everybody is saying what they're saying. Don't forget, everybody was telling you to take the jabby jab. Don't forget, everybody was pushing for the jabby jab. They was pushing it. Every commercial, every time I caught a flight, they was pushing that narrative. Don't forget, 6 feet, take the jab. Take the jabby jab. 6 feet, stay back. I find it real crazy how the liquor stores was wide open. The cigarette smoke shop was wide open. McDonald's was wide open. Burger King, they was all open. But the fucking gym to work out in was closed. Yo. Is you serious? How is the gym closed, but McDonald's open? Burger King open? Taco Bell was open. But the gym closed though. So I can't go work out. But y'all care about my health though. But y'all care about our health, but the liquor store was open though. The smoke shop was open though. But y'all care about we the people. Fuck out of here. Ain't no way, boy. Ain't no way. On God, the churches. I seen in real life, churches had signs on the door that said, you can't enter unless you got a mask on. Ain't this supposed to be a place of God? So God is telling the pastor to put a sign on the door? I thought in the scripture it said, come as you are. Oh, okay. You see what I'm talking about? You see what I'm talking about, man? Don't forget. They want you to forget. They want you to forget, fam. They want you to forget. That's why they're going to keep flooding you with all these narratives around the world. They're going to keep flooding you to keep your mind distracted. They're going to keep flooding you with narratives. Contract law. You call yourself a black person, a colored person. You call yourself an Indian, Native American. You call yourself Pan-African. What you're doing, unbeknownst to you, is you are agreeing to put a jumpsuit on. It's an invisible jumpsuit that you putting on. That's saying you agree to be a slave. You agree to get mistreated. You are agreeing, fam, listen to me. When you misidentify yourself as those things, you are violating universal law. Because Allah did not make colored people. Allah didn't create colored people. Find that in the Bible. Find where it says white people in the Bible. Find it. Find it. There's no black and white people in the Bible. There's no brown people in the Bible. All you gotta do is start asking the right questions. You show me in the Bible where it says black, brown, white, yellow people in the Bible. Gratitude, more. Find it in that Bible. I appreciate each and every last one of y'all Moors though out there, man. All y'all Asiatics that's out there. All y'all out there, man, that actually critically think, and you not afraid to ask questions. You not afraid to be the oddball because you a thinker. You like, I ain't finna go with y'all. I'm not finna think like y'all. I don't think like y'all. So why would I go with what y'all talking about? Listen, if you wouldn't take advice from somebody that criticize you, why are you listening to them? If you wouldn't take advice from the same person that's criticizing you, that ain't somebody you need to be listening to anyway. On my soul, you shouldn't even be listening to them. You wouldn't even take advice from this person, but this person criticizing everything that you do, everything that you say. Why are you listening to that person? You wouldn't even take advice from that person. That person don't even take advice from themselves. They got to pay somebody to give them advice. Yeah. Tell y'all something, man. Real shit, though. Straight up. Stop taking advice from people that stop taking criticism from people that you wouldn't even take advice from. You wouldn't even take advice from them. Why you let, if they criticize you, why do you care? Who cares? Who cares? Start asking the questions, though. Look, how much time we got? Okay. Start asking the questions, Morris. One of the other questions should be this right here. This should be one of the other questions you should start asking the puppets that's put in front of you. What is your nationality? If they cannot name a recognized nation on the planet, you don't need to be listening to them any further at all. Why are you listening? That's the first question you should ask anybody who questions you about your stance. Ask them that question. What is your nationality? They can't answer that question. Conversation over. Ain't shit to talk about. It's nothing to talk about at that point. Because if they don't have a nation to represent, then they're a nationless person. Therefore, they're a slave. Somebody else has to govern over them. But us as Moorish American nationals, we self-govern. We govern ourselves because we govern our mental. Governmental. Get it? If you can't govern your own mental, then somebody else is going to govern you. And this is what they do to so-called black people. They put color of law in position for these people who don't know government. And they say, all right, we're going to rule over all y'all with the Christian black codes because y'all keep identifying as colored people. So we're going to use color of law to rule over you. This is where the problem is with our people. They think this is a belief thing. They've been indoctrinated to think that this is a opinion thing and a feelings thing. You're indoctrinated. That's what it is. That's what it is. And the people that are put in front of you, these puppets, if they cannot answer the main question of what's your nationality, that's the cutoff. Ain't nothing to discuss at that point because you're going to waste your energy. And you're probably talking to a vampire anyway. You're probably talking to a vampire that all they want to do is get you on charge and drain your energy anyway. That's all they want to do. Get out your character, get on charge, get on 10, and then start arguing with them. And they going to just eat your energy up. They going to eat all your energy up. You say, I get frustrated trying to explain it to those people. Hey, listen, Moore. You ain't got to get frustrated. I ain't gonna lie, the whole real shit though. I used to get more frustrated like years ago. Sometimes, real shit, I still sometimes do. Like, why the fuck don't you get what I'm talking about? But I'm learning though. It's like real shit, transparent shit. I be like, fam, you calling your own self a crayon color that your skin don't match. And then I'll be like, okay, you know what? I gotta stop. Cause I got so much passion. My shit on steroids, right? So I got so much passion though. I gotta reel that shit back in, cause I just go too hard on them. But I gotta pull it back in and say, you know what? Maybe they just not there yet. And then I remember reading something from the Prophet Noble Drew Ali, where he was like, in his prophecies and hadiths, he was like, I'm not gonna wake up all the Moors at once, because they'll tear something up. You feel me? So once I read that, and then over time, I started seeing like some people, fam, they just so indoctrinated, they not gonna get what you talking about. They ain't gonna get it. Their mind is in the black hole, G. Because think about it. All their life, they've been hearing the same narrative, that they're black, that they're brown, that they're a person of color. Think about that. And look how old they is. So you got all those years piled up inside their head, just caked up with indoctrination. It's like if you see something that's like dirty, right? If you see something that's just filthy, like something outside that just dirty, just filthy, and you like, damn, that thing must have been sitting here for a long ass time, all that motherfucking dirt. Then got caked up on that shit. Like, it's gonna take a strong cleaner to get that shit off. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about like OxyClean or something. Like, I'm talking about something that's gonna be on steroid clean to get all that dirt off. I look at that shit like that though. But then I say, all right, if you take a glass that got black ink in it, like filled up with black ink and water, right? How much water do you have to pour into that glass for all that ink to get out of that glass? Like, if I was just pouring just spring water, alkaline water into a glass that's filled up with black ink, I would just say, you just got to keep pouring that shit on their ass. You got to keep pouring it on them. You got to keep pouring it on them, fam. You got to keep pouring the alkaline on their fucking head, because their head is filled up with so much pollution. But it's by design though that their head filled up with the pollution, because keep in mind, everybody is connected with Allah. So it's in them to know it, but it's up to them to bring it out of them. All we do is just give them triggers. You know, you say something, it might trigger them. You know, you just triggering them because it's already in them. You just got to help them remember that it's in them, because they forgot. They've forgotten who they are. And that's what the puppets and the puppet masters behind the scenes and in front of the camera, this is what they play on. They play on our people's emotionalism. You see? People get emotional, and once you get emotional, now you outside your character. You on 10, you on charge. You're not in your right mind. Like when you look at calm water in a pot, you can see your reflection, right? But when the pot of boiling, when the pot start boiling, what happens to the water? You can't see it. You can't see your reflection no more. You cannot see your reflection no more. You looking at a calm pot of water, you can look straight at your face. You see yourself. Once that water start getting hot and it start boiling, you can't see nothing. All you see is bubbles popping up. You know what I'm saying? All you're gonna see is bubbles popping up because it's in a frenzy. It's unstable. So you got to keep your stable mind. You got to keep your righteous mind. You got to stay calm, even though sometimes you might want to just jap the fuck out. You got to try to do your best to stay calm. I'm working on this shit myself, though. I'm saying this shit, but I'm working on this shit at the same time, though. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes it be like, fam, you might just want to just bug up on somebody, but it's like, they just don't remember, fam. They don't remember who they are. So you telling them something that is righteous, but they not in the mindset to accept reality. They're thinking about what they're thinking about their reality as if it is reality. because that's the only world that they know. They don't realize that that's an artificial reality. It's not a real place. It's a real place in their head, though. That's the crazy shit. In their head, it's a real place. Like, they really think that what they talking about with this black shit is a real place. It's not a real place, though. It's a place of bondage. It's a place of slavery. You know what I'm saying? So it's not a real place in a sense of, look, this is what love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice is at. Nah, that's a place of bondage, enslavement. And the kicker is they putting their own self in the shit. Damn. You putting your own self in bondage. You know what I'm saying? Hey, one of the craziest things was, right? Look, see them down there? Hey. Yo! One of the craziest things is, like you seen, all right? One of the craziest things is, I'm noticing, I wore this on purpose because I work around, like, well, the area that I'm at, it's a gang of Mexicans, right? And when I came over and started this beam out, one of them he came over here, and I always be speaking to him, you know, say a little Spanish to him and whatnot, que paso, all that good shit. You know what I'm saying? Que lo que, all that good shit, right? So he seen me today. It was like 4 or 5 of them. They over there now. They over there working, right? So when he seen me today, he like, hey amigo. He like, ¿qué es eso? So I started telling him, but I'm telling him in English though. I'm like, I already told them I'm a Morano, right? I'm a Moor. So they already know him, but it tripped them out though to see me repping it though. And then I started telling them like, nah, I said Mexico is an American flag. It's a Moorish American national flag too. They thinking that it was just like they see me with all other kind of bandanas on, and they thinking like, oh, I never see you with, you know, the Mexican one. So I told them eventually, I said I'm gonna get one, right? So they see me and they like, oh, you know what I'm saying? And the point being, we start repping our whole culture, not just the all red flag with the 5-point green star. Rep all the national flags. The red flag with the 5-point green star, that's the flag of the Moorish Empire. These flags right here are flags of the Moorish Kingdom. You feel me? So why not start repping all of the flags? When they start seeing us wearing all these flags, that's when they're going to start getting afraid. I'm talking about the ones who've been lying to us. Because now they start to see the international link up. See, it's an international link up. Once they start seeing us wear the international link up, they're going to be like, man, I thought you was Puerto Rican. Damn, I seen you today, you got a Dominican flag on. Damn, I seen you today, you got a Haitian, you got a Jamaican, you got a El Salvador. Damn, what are you? You got a Peruvian, you got a Peru flag on. Damn, you got a Venezuelan flag on. Damn, you got a Costa Rican flag on. Damn, what are you? That part. You know what I'm saying? That part. Damn, I ain't know you had a Palestine flag on? Man, what are you? Where you come from? That type shit. You know what I'm saying? That type shit. Man, what is you doing with a flag from Ghana? That's a Guyanan flag you got on? That's a Ghana flag? That's a Senegal flag? Damn. Man, this nigga got a Chinese flag, a Manchurian flag, a Japanese flag on his head. They don't know what we are. Because guess what? If we all lined up on this wall right here, right? If you was a line 20 people up on this wall right here, and each of them was from a different nation, and none of them opened their mouth up, you would not know where they was from. If they had turbans on and they had fezzes on and they didn't say a word, you wouldn't know where they was from. If you lined up 20 different men and women right here, if you lined 20 Moorish men and Moorish women up right here, and they had on fezzes and turbans, you wouldn't know what the hell they was. Only thing you would know is those is Moors over there. Straight up. But they from everywhere though. Because we are from everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Question everything, Moors. So I'm finna go cut. I gotta go cut right now. But I just popped out to do this beam out with y'all real quick. It wasn't even real quick. Damn, I've been on here an hour. Time flies when you having fun. So I'm gonna catch y'all, man. I might beam something out a little later on, man. Oh, Greenwood, Oklahoma, Islam. Yes, sir. Shout out to Dykeman, NYC, Islam. Brooklyn, Islam. Florida, Islam. Miami. All right. West Coast, Cali, Compton. South California, Islam. Texas, Islam. All y'all out there. DC, Maryland, Islam. All y'all up there in Minnesota. All y'all out there in Cleveland. You know the rack up in here, Chicago, Islam. You know we in here. VA, Islam. Yeah, it's our time. Massachusetts, Islam. Yeah. All the Moors down there in Louisiana, Islam. Yes, sir. Vegas, Islam. So I'm gonna catch y'all Moors on the next one though, man. Whenever that's gonna be. Houston, Islam. Yeah, Moors, it's our time though. It's our time though. Alright? Each one teach one. Ourself, law and master. This ain't about Kush Day, this about us. Alright? Spread love, not hate. Love instead of hate. Question everything. You got questions? Hit me on the DM. Peace, Moors. Much love.